Hello everyone, this is Maria Kronk, and today we are going to make a chocolate chip cookie using my keto flour blend. This video is my 5th try in making keto chocolate chip cookies. I've had some batches that turned out pretty good, but I'm trying to get to that original Toll House cookie where it's not too fluffy and light like a muffin. I don't want a chocolate chip cookie cake or a muffin. I want a cookie. But I don't like it thin and crispy either. I like it like have that chewy texture with a little bit of crisp on the outside. So I added some ingredients to help with the crisp and help with the texture. I'm not going to go into with you about the different keto sweeteners, but I want to share with you how the different sweeteners affected the texture of my cookie. So I used allulose, all allulose, and then brown allulose, because I like to use the brown sugar and the white sugar. So I used brown allulose and allulose in the first recipe, but all allulose, no erythritol, monk fruit type of thing. And the cookie had an awesome flavor, but it was light and fluffy like a muffin or a cake. So allulose will do that. It will, if you want more of a cake-like cookie, allulose is a great sugar. So, okay, then I tried all erythritol, and I didn't use this one. I used Anthony's brand, but I used the erythritol, and then I used the brown Swerve, which is erythritol as well, but it's like the brown sugar. It tastes like it has that slight clean aftertaste that erythritol has, but it's a great version of brown sugar. So I used that, and it just had a pretty good flavor, but it just had that clean, too much of that aftertaste, that clean taste, and I didn't like it. I ended up throwing those cookies away. I just don't like erythritol in some dishes and some baked goods. Sometimes I can get away with, I made a chocolate cake, it was awesome. So it just depends on the recipe. So by the 5th time I decided let's go half and half with erythritol, because erythritol will make it crispier and it is thinner. I used half erythritol and then half allulose. So if you cream the butter, I did that in some of the recipes, because a lot of cookies, they cream the butter with the sugars. Well, that makes it fluffier as well. So I thought, okay, I guess I'm going to melt the butter. I've had some gluten-free baking recipes where I actually browned the butter. I not only melted it, but I made it a golden brown and caramelized the butter. That definitely adds a whole nother flavor to the butter. I was like, well, I'm going to melt this butter. I might as well add that extra flavor and get that caramelized butter. So that's what I did. You got to watch it. You got to be carefully watch it while you do not want it to burn or get too hot, because then it will taste nasty. But it does form, once it starts to get some brown little specks in there, you know that it's done. It's nice and caramelized. So I did that, and then I added shortening. You do not want to use the trans fat Crisco shortening or others that have been hydrogenated and chemicalized, and that's just really all those chemicals are really, really inflammatory and really, really bad for you. So I use a organic. There's another one, Nutevia, that's really good too. This one is organic shortening. So I just added, because this doesn't have it's 100% fat. It melts at a higher temperature, and it helps you don't have as much light and fluffy. If you have all butter, then which is great in cakes and things that you want light and fluffy, muffins. But I wanted, and I use this in my pie crust too, kind of a combination of butter and shortening. It really makes a difference with that flaky light. So the texture really made a difference. So I beated in the shortening quite a while. It doesn't. The amount of shortening wasn't enough to really cream it, to make it creamy. So I just beated it for a few minutes, and then I added in the melted butter. I used half erythritol and then half allulose. I put mostly butter and a little bit of shortening in there, and I melted the butter and I caramelized the butter. And then I added a little bit of milk powder. We're going to see how the cookies turn out. Another thing that I'm trying, I've made about 6 cookies, and I'm going to bake them right away. The rest of the batch I put on a tray, and I'm going to chill them for at least 4 hours. And then I'm going to stick them in the oven. I'm going to press them down a little bit. Then I'm going to stick them in the oven. And then I'm going to taste to see which one tastes better. The one where you don't have to chill it. Because when you chill something for at least 4 hours, then the flavors get more intense, and you give time for the fat to absorb into the flours and everything to meld together. And I've made gluten-free chocolate chip cookies that way, and it really made a difference. So let's see how the keto version of this works. So that's what I'm gonna taste test today. I'm gonna taste the one that goes in the oven right away and the one that's been refrigerated. So let's get started. Okay, so now for the fun part. I have my milk, because you can't have chocolate chip cookies without milk. I have my cookies. Now I have 3 cookies here. I have one, like I said, I made about 5 different batches, lots of cookies. But I was trying to find that cookie that's closest to the original Toll House cookie. And this one is the one that was in the freezer, is the one that I creamed the butter. Today, I melted the butter. It gives you more of a crispy. Cookies tend to thin out with the melted butter. But I not only melted the butter, but I caramelized it. See if it makes a difference, because I didn't do that with this one. This is the one where we made the cookies and we put them in balls, pressed them a little bit, and stuck them right in the oven. This is the one where we made the cookies, pressed them in balls, and stuck them in the refrigerator for about at least 4 hours. So we're going to see what is the difference between if it really made a difference to chill it for 4 hours. You might need to chill it longer, but we're going to see if it really made a difference. So I'm going to try, first I'm going to try the one that I creamed the sugars. It still has a really good, it's not too flat, it's not too crispy, it's not too muffiny. I just want to see if I can up the game a little bit and make it even better. It's not quite that Toll House cookie, but it's pretty darn good. Okay, that's good. This is the one that I put right in the oven. I'm having a tough time figuring out which one's better. The chilled or the one we just stuck in the oven. Let me take some more milk and try. Maybe that'll wash my palate. I'm taking one for the team, you guys. This is really tough, and I'm having a really hard time, but I'm doing this for you guys. It's really tough, really tough. Okay. Maybe it needs to be refrigerated a little longer. Maybe you would notice a difference if you did it overnight. Like I've chilled some even like bread dough overnight, and it has made it does the flavor changes a little bit, and it does make a difference. So maybe 4 hours wasn't long enough, but I cannot tell the difference between the 4 hours and just sticking in the oven. This is the one where I cream the butter, because normally when you cream the butter, it makes for a more cake-like type of baked good. I don't want a cake-like, but I did use the erythritol, which helps more crispy. So we'll see. That's good too. Let me see. Okay, melting the butter, not only melting the butter, but caramelizing the butter, and that I can tell a difference between just creaming the butter and melting the butter. That when you caramelize something, you really add a whole nother flavor. This is a winner, you guys. This is not exactly, to be honest, it's not exactly a Toll House cookie, but it is darn close, you guys. I've tried a lot of different recipes online. They're either greasy, dense, they taste like cake or muffins, or they taste really crispy and hard. I just haven't been able to get that perfect texture that I've been looking for. I love my keto flour blend. It's been so versatile. I've made so many different baked goods, and it's worked out really well. So I'm super happy with my self-rising keto flour blend. You can get the link in the description. I think it's pretty darn good, and the great thing is that this is low carb. You don't have to worry about it spiking your blood sugars. You don't have to worry about getting off your keto diet. This is really, really good. Most of us have all had the original Toll House cookies. Tell me how close this is. Comment in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You guys have a great day, and be sure to share this with all your low-carb foodie friends. Share, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and you will be notified when each new video comes out. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.